Hi, Casey friends. It's Balloon Pastor Claire here, and I want to share a message today with you, whether you're coming from Kidderminster Community Church or from some other place from far away perhaps, and this might be the first chance that I get to meet you and see you this day. So welcome. This is my home, and today at my home it is a bee day. So not only do I have a bee for blue balloon and a blue sweater on, but we also got to have brunch at my house with bite-sized muffins and big muffins, and we had a wonderful time. I hope that you're having a good time today as we come to this time together. Now, the adults at Kidderminster Community Church, the grown-ups, are learning about brokenness. So they were talking about the times in our lives when things don't seem to be going so right, and how God continually is with us in those times and can help use those things that happen in our lives that don't feel so good in ways that can help open us up for new happiness and joy, helping us to know how loved we are by God. Now I want to share this story to you. It comes from possibly China, maybe India, but it's one you might have heard before, the broken, bee for broken, or cracked pot story. There once was an elderly man who had two large pots, each hanging on the ends of a pole which he carried around his neck. One of the pots had a crack in it, while the other pot was perfect and always delivered a full portion of water. At the end of long walks from the stream to the house, the cracked pot arrived only half full. For a full 2 years this went on daily, and the man bringing home only one and a half pots of water each time. Of course, the perfect pot was proud of its accomplishments, but the poor cracked pot was ashamed of its own imperfection and miserable that it could only do half of what it had been made to do. After 2 years of what it had perceived as its own failure, it spoke to the woman one day by the stream. "I'm ashamed of myself. The crack in my side causes water to leak out all the way back to your house every time." The old woman smiled. "Did you notice that there are flowers on your side of the path, but not on the other pot's side? That's because I've always known about your flaw. So I planted flower seeds on your side of the path, and every day while we walk back, you water them. For 2 years I've been able to pick these beautiful flowers to decorate the table. Without you being just the way you are, there would not be this beauty and grace in my house." Friends, each of us has a unique flaw. Sometimes we feel so confident and brave and full of what it is that we've done. Other times we acknowledge that there are places in us that feel a bit broken. And it's important that we know that those are unique parts of us too. And sometimes even though they can feel like they make us not worthy or not perfect, they're part of the beauty that God has designed us to be. Each one of us. Since the very beginning, we were created to be uniquely who we are. And this story helps to illustrate for us, helps to show us that sometimes what we think are our broken places are actually helping to bring about blessings and joy, like the flowers did for the water bearer in the story. Sometimes what we think we're doing is not good enough, not big enough. And yet we find that sometimes just signs of God's grace and beauty as they would live out through us are more than enough for us and for our community. It's important in this time as we are apart from one another to know that there are going to be imperfect days. There are going to be days that are so hard, but to know that God is working through us in each and one of those moments of our broken days or the broken feelings we experience, and knowing that there are flowers yet to be had, there's joy yet to be had, coming all along the way. Each and every day, we're seeking to live into that growth and that love. Thank you so much, friends, for joining in. Along with this video, I'm sending a link to a cartoon that shows this story being acted out, and I hope you'll enjoy that as my children did this morning. There are also 2 activity sheets. One, my daughter had already colored this morning, and you can have an opportunity to color as well. It shows a woman with the buckets of water, one in which the broken pot is leaking out and allowing these flowers to grow. The other is kind of a tanagram of sorts, where if your family, if you print off 2 of these, you can cut up one of them and paste the seemingly broken parts onto the other part. You see, even when it's put it back together, pasted back together, there's still a broken place where some of that water is going to leak out, where some of our imperfection is going to be, but that's okay because blessings come about. Thank you so very much for joining me today. I hope to see you again. May you find a bountiful set of blessings today. Thanks so much, friends. Take care. Bye-bye.